Good evening, sexy people. This is John Ashford, and guess where you are? We're not in Portland, we're not in Camas, we're in Scottsdale, Arizona for a special edition to, guess what? Orgasmic Conscious Cooking with me, John Ashford, and my helpful partner, wife, Tori Bergman on the other side. We have three special guests tonight. We have Deb, we have Sarah, and Mikey. They're three friends of mine that work with an Access Consciousness. And tonight we're going to talk about the adventure of being you and what that has to do with consciousness and how it's really important to be you in today's world with all of the crazy turmoil. The ticket out of this madness is being you. The magical you be. So that's going to happen later on when we have the meal. But right now, I want to show you things I have tonight. So I actually went all out because Mikey said he wants something with a bone in it. So I was like, ooh, a bone or no, just a bone. So tonight, I have a special banquet that I'm going to fix tonight for my dear friends. I have three different types of meat because I had some people that were naysayers for lamb, and orgasmic means that you make somebody go, oh my God, for something they never expected would taste this way. So the first thing we're gonna have is a rack of lamb that's all seasoned and done up all pretty light. Tonight we have Dijon mustard as I put that as a paste on it, which will allow my seasoning to stick, but also it starts to marinate the lamb. And when it's on the grill, it gives an excellent taste. You have black pepper, garlic, and celery salt. We have a T-bone steak that's has a dry rub of Lori seasons, garlic, chili powder. And our chicken, I made a special honey chicken. It has honey, it has teriyaki sauce. I made my teriyaki sauce, it's actually soy sauce, toasted sesame seed oil, and my handy dandy chili powder. That are the three meats that we have tonight. So over here, excuse me, if you don't mind my back. So over here we have asparagus that have been prepared. We have olive oil, granulated garlic, salt, and black pepper. At the very end, you'll see on the table over here that lime. I'll squeeze that on the top once it comes off the grill. And I'm making a mess. So roasted potatoes. So what I do is I bought the medley of potatoes, reds, yellows, and purple potatoes. What I did is I put a little olive oil on that. What I'm going to do, here's my secret to give a special taste. They don't know this yet. So what I'm going to do is heat the pan up. I had some bacon fat from bacon that I fried this morning. I'll put that in the bottom of the pan when it's hot. Let it get all hot and marinate so the pork will inside the pan. You know, Tori likes pigs, so I make that sound for her. But it gives the potatoes extra flavor. But what I do is I'll put about a tablespoon to two tablespoons of bacon fat. And at the very end, what I'll do is I'll take salt and pepper, and I'll take my dear partner and wife cut up rosemary and garlic. I'll sprinkle that on the top at the bottom when it's like 15 minutes left. Now here's the secret for this ingredient. If you put this ingredient on right at this moment, it will brown and burn. I don't want that to happen. I want the potatoes to be pretty much 3/4 done. Then I'll add the garlic and the rosemary, salt, and pepper. Now I want you guys to see this. Can you see this beautiful salad? Well, I didn't do the salad today. Tori cut it up, and look how beautiful that is. So what that's going to have honey, lime juice, olive oil, and salt and pepper. Now, the biggie for tonight is Deb said, ooh, John, I'm missing a dessert. And so the last time I was with Deb, I fixed apple crisp. And since we're in Deb's home, this wonderful, beautiful home in Scottsdale in the middle of the desert, I decided to do another apple crisp. But I didn't have vanilla. So I was like, what have I seen in stores before? And I was like, oh, I've seen bourbon vanilla. So I don't have vanilla, but I sure the hell had some bourbon. So I poured about 3 tablespoons of bourbon on the apples, and the apples are a little drunk, but it gives an excellent flavor, this bourbon flavor the alcohol will cook out, but you still have the remnants of the flavor of bourbon in the apples. Cinnamon, nutmeg, and honey. So most people just put all the sweetener in the flour. I actually put the sweetener on my apples, but I use honey because I'm trying to be natural, so I have raw, unfiltered honey, and I put 4 tablespoons on 6 apples. So, Deb has a wonderful kitchen. You guys can see the kitchen, wonderful kitchen, but I don't have all my toys. gonna sound like sex. No, okay. I don't have all my toys. Unfortunately, in this beautiful kitchen, Deb doesn't have a food processor. So because I have Miss Pamela Ashford as my mom and my first culinary instructor, teacher, loved me dearly and showed me how to do most of this, she used to tell me that her grandmother, when they made pie crust, which pretty much is the topping for apple crisp, is a pie crust, they use their hands in the South. So I'm gonna go back to the old school. Thank God for my ancestors. Thank God for my egungun. So that's an Orisha word or a Yoruba word for ancestors. So this is what it looks like. I have a cup of flour, a cup of oatmeal, a cup of brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, and half a stick of butter. And what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to toss it, and I have pecans. I have a couple pecans in the bottom. So what I'm going to do is toss it together. I want all the dry ingredients to get together. And what I'm going to do is that the butter, I'm going to start to break the butter up inside until where it looks like a sand. And we'll be right back so you can see that after it's done. So remember what I said, it's going to look like sand. You see this? It looks exactly like sand. I mixed it with my hands. And what I did is I actually kept on massaging the butter into the flour, the oatmeal, and the brown sugar, and the pecans, and nutmeg, and cinnamon. So now that I have that all mixed up, what I'm going to do is sprinkle it over the apples. What I forgot to purchase, when my wife is going to probably beat me up, because I forgot to get ice cream. But I guess we don't need that. And voila, homemade apple crisp by hand, literally manipulated by John Ashford. Hint, manipulation. We'll talk about that tonight in the show. How manipulation is not a curse word. Voila. See you soon.
If there was anybody that you could cook dinner for us, who would it be?
Well, I have a list of people that I want to cook for because I just want to turn them on to my orgasmic living and my cooking.
Word.
The first people that come to mind is that Gary, Dane, I'm waiting to do this with you guys. You know, I will cook whatever you ask me to cook, and it will be mind blowing. The other person,
John, what if you had an awareness of what would turn Gary and Dane on in your cooking?
Good question.
What would you cook for them?
I would actually I would start off with a bottle of red wine from Lyon, France, and I would probably do a rack of lamb, potatoes.
Yeah. What are you going to spice those potatoes up with?
I'm a garlic man.
Yeah.
So, garlic, rosemary, and thyme. I would probably do salad with artichoke hearts.
I might know that Dane likes artichoke.
And dessert, I would actually, because I have this, now the apple crisp is good, but I have a dessert that I have my...
Please say pecan pie.
Can you? Do you?
My pecan pie is like, I make a pecan pie to make you like slap the shit out of somebody.
Oh my.
Yeah.
It's going to be me.
Yeah, pecan pie, I do probably pecan pie. Yeah, with like a coconut whipped cream, you know, or coconut ice cream on top.
I think we found tomorrow night's dessert.
Yeah.
Can we become one?
Because Deb's about to...
Okay. Yeah. So, yes, and so the other person I would cook the meal for is another person I'll cook the meal, my inspired person that really makes me like go there with P-Funk, George Clinton. I would fix him a meal. That's the other, those are 2 or 3 people that I would like to cook the meal for.
George Clinton?
George Clinton.
What about his granddaughter?
What's her name?
She's a great toy.
What's the?
He's got like a ton of them.
But the one who's married and she has a marijuana name. What's her name?
Sativa.
Sativa. Yeah.
I don't know her.
Yeah, you probably. She's a mute.
Tanya's great though.
Tanya, I know Tanya. Yeah.
Tanya's fantastic.
Yes.
She's fine.
Yes.
Fine.
But that's what I would do.
Fine.
Yeah.
What are you feeding?
Please edit that.
George, I would keep him ribs and potato salad, red potato salad, my homemade baked beans. And for dessert, I would do, if it's summertime, if this is summer food, I would do a lemon ginger ice cream pie.
Oh my God.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, was it?
Yes.
Is it really good?
So John is not returning back to Portland.
It's a graham cracker crust with ginger candy chopped up inside with butter. You cook that off, and then you take, this is really simple. You take Haagen-Dazs 2 quarts of ice cream and lemon curd. You mix them together. Well, it's just 1 quart of ice cream, sorry. 1 quart of ice cream, a container of lemon
How dare you
curd.
make a mistake?
And you put that, and then you take salted pistachios and throw it on
no,
top.
you don't.
And bam, Michael Jordan from the outside. Makes you go, and you're not Michael Jackson.
Because
At least Tori did that.
hand is in the word.
She was like, ooh, I can't wait till
I think we should experiment. I think we should try it out.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.